From Louisville, Kentucky. Wednesday night live stream, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got Sticker Grandson's gonna help read the messages tonight. How's it going out there tonight? We traveled 5 hours today to Bloomington, Indiana. It wasn't raining hardly at all. Yesterday we thought we were gonna have to go. It would have been bad news yesterday. It rained all day. How's it going out there?
Polly said hi. Little Beatles Corner said hi.
How are you doing, Polly? How you doing, Patricia?
Mikey, Mr. Beatles Pro.
Mikey, Arugula is in the house. Beetle Tom is in the house. Beetle Pro.
You had something you wanted to ask him. Do you remember what that was when we were talking about the other day?
No. He said that you told him about the shirt, but I don't know what else we were going to ask him. Mikey Arugula's got a new video short out there today. He sent me a link. You guys need to check out all his video shorts. He's got 10,000 views with the Mary girl that sings Girl there in New Jersey. I think Mikey might do an interview with her. Me and Mikey are going to do another Every Little Thing Beatles episode number 15 on December 3rd, and we'll dwell deeply on the anthology project. We got a special guest I worked out with today. Rachel's Ghost is going to hop on with us on episode number 15. So what do you think about that?
Thomas Quirk is here.
How you doing, Thomas Quirk?
Dan in Florida said any dates for the New York Fest?
We talked to Mark Lapidos at the Every Little Thing Fest, Everything Fab 4 Fest in New Jersey, and he was asked that about 150 times. He said, at the beginning of the year, we'll find out.
John H said hello, Frank.
How you doing, John H?
Dave Evans said hi, Frank.
How you doing, Dave?
T-shirt Express said happy Wednesday,
Polly,
everyone.
man, we got all the regulars here today.
And then Danny Goldstein.
And then
Danny Goldstein, 2 nights of seeing Paul McCartney in Montreal. That had to be amazing there, Danny. Danny was holding up some signs and Paul saw them, but I guess Paul doesn't read the signs anymore. He just kind of eyes them over. And I think the Two Legs guys, Andy and Bailey Tone, they had some signs they were holding up too. Giles Martin did a video a couple days ago, a BBC interview, and he says they used the MAL technology to on the Washington D.C. concert footage and the Shea Stadium footage for the Beatles anthology documentary to get rid of a lot of the crowd noise. So that'll be pretty amazing. I think the anthology is going to shock us when it finally gets here on November 26th, 27th, and 28th. That's about 10 hours or more of viewing. That's why we don't want to rush our next Every Little Thing Beatles episode. A lot of us going to take a while to watch all 10 hours of that.
Gus Lopez said hi, everyone. Good evening.
Hi, Gus Lopez from Seattle, Washington. Is that correct? You were real interesting to talk to at the Fest for Beatle fans in Chicago. What do you guys think of the Beatles anthology official trailer that's on the Beatles channel? 2 minutes and 26 seconds. I saw some clips in there that weren't in the first anthology, so they have added some new footage, you can tell. What other notes I got here?
A Little Beatles Corner said Gal said he wants to know everybody. Giles wants to know everybody wants Rubber Soul. Said he knows everybody wants Rubber Soul.
He's got the Rubber Soul done. It'll definitely, the box set will come out next year. I don't see how it cannot.
North Carolina Vinyl Picker said,
how you doing,
Frank
Arthur?
Grandson.
Anyone? Oh, okay. Say hi.
Yeah. And then Gus Lopez said, that's right, Seattle.
Seattle, Washington, close to where I got those Remco full 4 boxes out of an attic on top of a filling station a couple years ago. I don't have my box with me today. Rachel Ghost had was on last night. Her usual evening on Tuesday night, and Mazzy was there, and Mazzy was going to do a whatnot today, and he said he had a 1981 Beatles mono box set from the United Kingdom, and I asked him, are the matrices on the rubber sole mono -5, -5, or -6, -5? And he looked at it, and it was -5, -5, the Hazel Yarwood tube cut. So I got a good indication that all his pressings were the early pressings with the tube cuts from 1980, late 1980, early 1981. And he said he was going to start the bidding at $1,500 on the whatnot tonight. And I offered him $1,600 shipped last night after he told me about the -5, -5 on the rubber sole. And he sold it to me, and it's on the way to me. And I even paid PayPal family and friends during the live stream of Rachel's Ghost. So the deal was completely done before the end of the stream. So it was pretty cool. Rachel gave me a lot of shout outs, and Mazzy was asking me a lot of questions about the BC13 box set.
North Carolina Vinyl Picker said, thanks for the info on the mono stones.
The mono stones.
Did you say something on the stream about
Yeah, I said something about it. What did I say there, Arthur? Mono stones. Not coming up with what I said, what I talked about. Some big things. Perry Cox sold a lot of expensive stuff on Beatles memorabilia in the last week, so it hasn't tamed down yet on the Beatles memorabilia. So a couple things that he sold, the Red Air Flight record case that's kind of made out of pressed cardboard. It's real fragile. He had one that was in near mint condition, sold for $3,700. That's a world record price for that. I've had the green one before, but I've never had the red in the album size. I've had the red in the 7-inch 45 size. He sold a second state West Coast butcher cover for $3,500. He sold a peeled third state for $3,200. He sold a red Air Flight overnight case from 1964. I've had the red and the black one before. I'm sure that Mikey's got both of them. Sold it for $2,150. I've never sold one for more than $700-800. So that was a world record price on that. He sold a Hey Jude from 1970 sealed with a hype sticker for $2,000. And a rare Beatles Canada pencil case that had a little pouch on the side he sold for $1,900. I've sold a lot of Louise Harrison, all about the Beatles with the insert over the last 5 years, and I've never sold one more than $200. Perry Cox sold one 2 days ago for $1,500. But the prices were just unreal.
Mr. Beatles posted, sorry, but that's ridiculous for the record case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he sold a 1966 blue disco case that had the banner, it had the side sticker, and it had the insert, and it had the tag for $1,300. Never seen a disco case go. I've sold a couple brown ones for close to $1,000 before, but I've never seen one sell for $1,300. But I would have liked to have one with the banner. I should have bid on it. I'm sure Mikey's got one with the bid.
Mikey said, I won't buy from him, too expensive. And then North Carolina, yeah, I was about to get him. And then North Carolina Vinyl Picker said, I was showing it on my show that I picked up with the Hendrix Z. Second album for, with the Hendrix Z.
Hendrix Z.
That I picked up with the Hendrix Z. And the second album for 5 EA.
Yeah, you're talking about the second Hendrix
I know what you're
album
saying.
that was on the Tricolor Reprise label. Yeah, the Axis is a Bold. I think that's what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about Mono Stone's
No,
album.
he said he was talking about Miles Stones too. You must have gave him some advice on Miles Stones, but he was talking about that on his show. He must have been.
Gotcha. That's the big things that Perry Cox sold. Led Zeppelin 2s. Several have sold in the last week. Led Zeppelin 2 test pressing of 1968. A test pressing sold for $2,000. A Led Zeppelin 2 PR press well like mine is. Mine's very good plus condition. But one that was in near mint sold 2 days ago for $2,750 on eBay. My Led Zeppelin brown bomber is still in the factory shrink. The gatefold has never been opened up. A local man might be buying this from me for $1,500 in the next week. And a Led Zeppelin 2 at the EDS auction that I was involved with Monday sold for $1,900. And they have 3 of them. I held them up in a short video, but the first one they sold for $1,900.
North Carolina vinyl picker said, I picked them both up for $5 each BJ Plus.
All right.
That's what he was talking about with him.
That's it. That's good. All right, let's show some stuff on the table. Got a lot to show today. You got any questions, just bring them up while I'm showing things. I got a lot of purchases. I've been been on a quest for UK pressings from the 70s of Beatles and Wings and John Lennon. I have a lot of them coming in the next week. I have a 1972 Red Rose Speedway coming from the United Kingdom. A 1978 Wings Greatest. Instead of buying the new Wings Hits album that just came out, I searched for the UK pressing of Wings Greatest from 78. I think it'll really be an audiophile pressing. John and Yoko, I have a Double Fantasy from 1980, a UK pressing, and a Paul McCartney Tug of War 1982 UK pressing coming.
That's what it was. You wanted to ask Tom what he thought of his no texture.
Yeah. What do you think, Tom, of the, have you played the BBC library of Extra Texture from George Harrison yet from 1973? I thought it sounded pretty darn good.
That's what it was.
I got a sealed 2005 anthology DVD box set coming in. I bought real cheap. I got an excellent condition. She Loves You picture sleeve, a lot better shape than this one coming in because that's my favorite song. I got a Rolling Stones 1964 Decca Mono LP coming in. And I have another Sgt. Pepper 2017 sealed Blu-ray and DVD box set. I found another Holland pressing of the White Album from 1980. The best, according to Andrew from Polygram Auctions, the best sounding White Album that exists on the planet Earth. Got another one of those coming. And I have a sealed 1977 Led Zeppelin 4 with hype stickers coming. And a collection of Beatle oldies. I have a mono import sealed coming from the United Kingdom. And that's about it's my main purchase history.
All right, Mr. Beatles Pro said, not yet, been busy. I plan on it tomorrow. It's gonna be raining.
All right.
And then
well, you let me know. I'll ask you on Saturday.
And then Dave Evans said, Frank, very interested in the UK Wings greatest hits. Thanks, Dave.
All right. If it's a real good condition, Dave, I'll reach out to you. My thing is that those UK pressings and Kevin from Kevin Records kind of backed me up. It was on a different currency. And by the time they sent a tape over here, it cannot match the first pressings of UK pressings. And German pressings and UK pressings, that's where my quest is now. They're the best sounding things on my 1970s Macintosh amplifier and my Thorns turntable. All right, I'm going to show a lot of things. If you got
Johnny
any
Ramone's
questions.
asking UK Wings greatest 12 songs only, question mark?
Yes, it's got 12 songs.
All right.
All right, we got another promo, original promo with the asterisks and the dead wax with the greenish yellow. If you have yellow, there are counterfeits. That's original Lady Madonna with no DJ writing on the labels. Just got that in. That goes with my Strawberry Fields and Penny Lane. Several people being reached out to me to buy this, but this is for my personal collection, because I'll never find another Penny Lane Strawberry Fields in that condition again with no DJ writing. But now I got a Lady Madonna. Interested in that Lady Madonna, very good. I would just say very good condition, but no writing on the labels. That would be $150. Got this rare, no, it's not near mint, but if this was a near mint picture sleeve for the Rolling Stones, We Love You and Dandelion, it would be over $500. But this is in very good shape. I would sell that for $150.
Caesar's here. He said, "Hi, Frank and family."
So on, how you doing, Caesar? So on We Love You and Dandelion, John, I know John and Paul are singing background vocals on Dandelion, but I'm sure they probably are on We Love You also. And there's a different, when it fades out, it goes to the other side single, like when Dandelion fades out, it goes to We Love You at the end, and when We Love You fades out, it goes to Dandelion at the end. You only get that extra ending on this original single. The Beatles and the Stones were talking about at this time of forming a record label together, but it never happened.
Johnny Ramone said, "Comparing to the latest Wings greatest hits with 32 songs."
Yeah, but I'd rather hear 12 of them in the pure audio file straight from the masters than 32 that have been remixed and remastered from the old tapes. But that's my opinion. You guys can do what you want to do. Not interested in things pretty much after the year 2000 anymore. Pressed after the year 2000. But this is after 2000. I got this in the auction today, a sealed Now and Then from 2023, 7-inch on blue vinyl. Some other, what did I win in the auction today? A bunch of stuff. I'll show them. Got this in the mail the other day with my Rubber Soul.
Wayne got busted. Caesar asked him to listen to something.
Yeah, I did listen to it.
Okay.
Rubber Soul with a hype
was just a
sticker
while ago.
for Michelle. And now I got a revolver for the Everything Fab Four Fest in New Jersey next year. That'll celebrate Revolver. So I'll hold on to this for next year's fest in Asbury Park, New Jersey, right on the ocean. We were only a block from the boardwalk. Check that I'm sure all of you have checked out our video me and Mikey did there, our live stream. It was pretty good.
Dave Evans said, "Frank, they left off Uncle Albert. Can't be that on the new box set."
They left off Uncle Albert?
Yeah.
Uncle Albert's on that Wings Greatest that I got coming.
And Johnny Ramone said, "Now and Then red vinyl 12-inch sealed collectible."
Is it? I've had the Spotify a couple times.
And then Caesar, I did.
Oh, read what Mikey said.
And then Mikey said, "Danny said he played Michelle in Monterey."
Montreal. Yep. He played. Danny sent me the video of Paul singing Michelle. So, thanks to Danny Goldstein, I searched out the PJ Proby. There was only one on the internet for sale from the United Kingdom. This is a United Kingdom pressing. 1968, 3-week hero. And all four, this was recorded before Led Zeppelin 1. and it's the only recorded album that I know of that features all 4 members of Led Zeppelin before Led Zeppelin 1 was recorded. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Danny. They're not on every song, but John Paul Jones is on every song. But on side 2, you got Jimmy Page on a couple tracks, and you got Robert Plant on a couple tracks, and John Bottom on a couple tracks.
Said you're correct.
So that's a pretty. Gonna have to listen to that in my headphones when I crank it up, and get back to you on Saturday of how it's Led Zeppelin influence.
Danny said, no, go ahead, Braden. Read Danny and then go back up the top.
Oh my gosh, hold on. My screen's messing up. Okay. Danny said correct, and then Danny goes and said, did you listen to the latest track? It's
The last track.
The last track.
I will. The last track on the side 2.
And then
I spent 3 hours on this table on Monday night for this auction in Bloomington, Indiana, and we spent 5 hours on the road to pick this stuff up today. So
and then
I've been this bit busy.
Mr. Beatles Pro said Uncle Albert is not a Wings song.
It's Paul McCartney Ram.
And then Johnny Ramone said Paul played Give Ireland Back to the Irish too. Very cool.
So on the new book, Man on the Run by Paul McCartney and Wings, there's a lot of talking about McCartney and Ram, because that's what led up to Paul McCartney and Wings. Even on Ram album, isn't Denny Sywell, one of the members of Wings, is already in that recording.
And then Caesar said, I got a copy of that Beatles First Die Beatles from you, Frank, a while ago. I need to give it a spin again.
The Beatles.
That's what we started talking about. Everything I got. Well, there's one other thing I got in. I know Polly's interested in this. Original 1967 Monterey International Pop Festival, annual 1967. And it's got, I think Danny might have a poster of that. June 16th, 17th, and 18th, 1967. Got pictures. There's a cool picture of the Beatles in there. Jefferson Airplane, Simon and Garfunkel, Mamas and Papas, they're all in here. Advertisements for all the groups of the time. Beach Boys, Ravi Shankar. Buffalo Springfield. There's the Beach Boys. A lot of these groups weren't in the actual festival, but there's a painting, a full-page ad painting by all 4 Beatles. It says, peace to Monterey from Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club's band, Loving You. It happened a long time ago. Sincerely, John, Paul, George, and Ringo, I love you. The price on this annual book, I told Polly, is $350 ship. If anybody's interested, it's all held together. The spine's in pretty good shape. Pretty rare book.
Thank you, caught up.
Alright, where is that?
Johnny just said these people Uber and doesn't make it. Then move on to the next.
Alright, Caesar said, is there any news of that Led Zeppelin new documentary being released on Blu-ray? I have not seen it yet.
Not that I know. We went, me and my grandson, we went and saw it on IMAX the first weekend it was played, and I know it's on streaming now.
Yeah, he was saying
streaming seems to be the thing anymore. I don't know if the Blu-ray will come out of this anthology series. I hope so, but that's not their main focus anymore. The main focus is streaming for the young generation.
Dave Evans said, my question on the Uncle Albert song was, it was included on Wings' Greatest Hits in '78. Why did the...
So it was included.
Omitted.
Oh, it was omitted.
Why did they omit it?
Oh, gotcha.
So it was included on the 78, but it's not, I guess, on the new ones.
So it was on the 78. Yeah, that's the one
saying.
that I got coming in.
And then Danny Ghoston said, you know what is really cool about Monterey Hendrix burned his guitar on June 18th, Paul's birthday, and Paul was the one who recommended Hendrix for the gig.
All right. I think they flipped who was going to go last on the Who and the Hendrix, and neither one wanted to go last. And I think didn't Hendrix go on before the Who? I thought, and then Hendrix burned his guitar, and somebody told Pete Townsend he's still in your act. So we got a sealed Capitol Real Music, and what's cool about this, it's a promo that's gold vinyl. Just got that in. All right, now I'm going to talk mostly about everything we went and spent 5 hours picking up today. I got it all around me.
Great Field said, too bad Medicine Joy was admitted too.
All right, enough talk about the Wing songs. Now I'm going to talk about Beatles stuff.
That's why I want to get it done.
That's what me and Mikey, we focus on the Beatles. 1973, Horzoo. Greg will like this, a Horzoo, the Beatles. The best sounding Please Please Me A2B2 that exists in the world. I remember the first time I bought this, I went to Chicago when I was 1980, 78, 80. I went to Chicago to a record store and they had this for $20 and I took a chance on it. That was a pretty good $20 investment. But I won this in the auction at the EDS in Bloomington, Indiana. I saw these before the auction because I helped evaluate the auction. So I had an inside track of the condition of everything. And they even paid me to evaluate all this 2000 record collection. All right, we got that in the auction. We got these Greek or Taiwan pressings, pretty weird. Rubber sole on green vinyl. Sure the Beatles didn't make any money on these. The Revolver Taiwan pressing on orange vinyl. Gotta hold that still. Mazzy will be getting on my case if I don't do it right. Mazzy's the expert of presenting records. All right, what else did I win today?
Dave Evans said, the Beatles Germany press is awesome. Thanks, Frank, for hooking me up on that one.
Which one? This one?
The Beatles Germany press.
This one?
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
That's the one you were talking about when he said.
And then Caesar, I don't know the Strokes, so I guess I would say Arctic Monkeys, because that's the one I know.
What is it?
Because they have the song 505, I think.
Oh, you're talking about something new, or Arctic Monkeys?
They were saying, Caesar said the Strokes or Arctic Monkeys. He was asking me which one to choose one.
I don't know that.
And I don't know the Strokes, so I know.
Oh, you're asking him. You're asking the younger generation.
Yeah,
good idea. Good
me.
idea. My focus is on the 60s. Got this Classic Records pressing from 2005, 200 gram vinyl of The Who, a quick one. Got that in the auction. Picked that up today. It's in near mint condition. Classic Records did a good job of cutting from the original master tapes, and then Chad Casson bought the whole Classic Records
They
So,
said yes.
mastering.
I think that's what sold the Montgomery program book. We just got PayPal. Someone just sent
So
you the
Polly
money.
sent it.
Yeah.
All right, Polly. Way to go, Polly. I know she wanted that. This is sold.
She just said, "Oh wow, pretty cool Asian pressings."
Yep, they are. All right, we got a lot of other things to show. Just keep moving on. Got two Rolling Stones first pressings from 78 today from the auction picked up. But I noticed how I think this is the first
Oh, I do know this.
pressing with Lucille Ball. And then these are different. They don't have Lucille Ball on this one here. So that's a side-by-side. I never noticed until today how you got different faces on the two different covers. Maybe you stone freaks know the answer to that, but I'm pretty sure this is the way it first came out. You got Liza Manila on the over here on the side. One of these has George Harrison on the inner sleeve, and I'm pretty sure it's the first one here. There's George down there with Ronnie Wood. All right, that's my. I got some other Rolling Stones to show here. I think Mikey will like this. Mikey was asking me about in the New Jersey about the Beggar's Banquet. That's the way the cover was supposed to come out, and it got censored at the last second. It came out in white. This is a 2002 reissue that showed how the original cover was made. Says the Rolling Stones, got all these Bob Dylan's Dream, all these weird things in the bathroom written on the wall. You can see why that got censored in 1968. Got this today.
Astroger said, hey Frank, was the mini fest last weekend worth the money? It seemed very expensive.
What is it?
The festival we went to, asking about it.
Oh.
If it was worth it.
They lowered I talked about this. They lowered the price as the weekend went along, and then they even had a $44 special after 5 o'clock on Saturday. But we had some pretty good turnout. Next year, I'm sure will be bigger. We had Mark Lapidus was there, and Bruce Spicer was there, and the man that does destructing the Beatles, Mikey will know his name. We had a lot of YouTube influencers was there. Mary that he interviewed, she's a big YouTube influencer. She's not on YouTube. She's on, what is it? Instagram. And we met Rob Leonard there, and we talked a lot of, and the Talk More Talk, Ken Michaels, Kid O'Toole, and Darren DeVivo was there. We ran into Darren, about 3 times over the weekend?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's some more things that I got today. This is a sealed 1968.
Freeman,
Yes.
What's he trying to say?
Scott Freeman.
Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be that.
What's his first name?
Scott Freeman.
Scott Freeman, that does the PBS special segments on Destructing the Beatles. He did a great one on the Rubber Soul. So this is a sealed, perfect condition, 4 square corners, factory breathe holes of the big hit, Baby Come Back. And the lead singer is right here, Peter Grant. Is this the same Peter Grant that had the big hit with, was the big hit from Peter Grant? Oh, I had it earlier today. Or Eddie Grant. What's Eddie Grant's big hit? But this Baby Come Back was a smash hit in 1968.
Do the Astro Jam.
Frank, can you give me a birthday shout out to one of your biggest fans, Gabriella? She is tuned in now.
She's what?
Tuned in now.
So just say happy birthday.
Gabriel?
Yeah.
Gabriella, is that the one that Mazzy knows? That was at the, it's a WMFU record show, or am I thinking of somebody else? Gabriella, happy birthday. And how old are you?
You know what I'm saying? Electric Avenue and Eddie.
Electric Avenue, that's the answer. Is that the same Eddie Grant that's in Baby Come Back?
They read the day back, that's what he's doing.
Alright.
Go ahead.
Caesar, I got you with that. And then Dave Evans said, Chad Kazum gets real agitated. People ask him about a redo to the class record Led Zeppelin. like
yeah,
that ever going to happen.
he
Fantastic
supposedly has
person.
the original Classic Records plates to reissue the Led Zeppelin catalog, but he has to get permission from Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page controls it all.
He says fantastic pressings with tons of cash to buy them nowadays.
Yeah.
So here's some Zombies things I got in. I thought were pretty cool in the EDS
How much
auctions.
for the
Equals.
clock radios asking?
I just got that in sealed. I would sell it for $100. Show me our YouTube cards in there. Then I gotta start just talking about things here. So if you want to get a hold of me about that Equals album, Mr._StickerMania@yahoo.com.
And then Astor just said Gabriella is 23 and a huge Beatles solo Beatles fan.
You see the
So I
one
saw
that we
it.
met at the Fest for Beatle fans in Chicago? Her and her
Yeah,
mother.
it's the one associated with Mazzy and things.
Yeah. She came up to us.
24 years old today.
She came up to us at the auction, and when Mark Lapidus was auctioning off his promo items, and I won the Funko Pops, and I won the rubber mat from Rubber Soul from 1974. She came up and talked to us for quite a bit. Her and her mother, and then Gabriella and her mother helped Mazzy do the live stream on Sunday morning. We didn't participate in it because we were hurried to get out of Chicago. But Mazzy was nice enough to be in our live stream Saturday night. So if you haven't seen that, check that out on my old videos.
And then Johnny Ramone said, happy birthday this week to Greg Fio also. He hit the big 7-0.
7-0, Gregory Fio, join the club. Me and Mazzy and Kevin from Kevin Records and Mikey Arugula were all in the 70 club. Gregory Fio, join the club.
Dave Evans said...
Mazzy said the other day on a live stream, I thought was pretty cool. They were getting on him being old or something, and he goes, you 40, 50-year-olds, wait till you're 71.
And then Dave Evans said, that is correct. Jimmy needs to allow this for audio files. It needs to be reissued.
Yep.
And then, let's see...
All right, let's talk about the Zombies, and then we'll take some more messages. So they had a lot of Zombies in the EDS auctions in Bloomington, Ohio. I thought this was pretty cool. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. A radio station copy, 1969. Excellent condition. Looks like been played once. A time of the season. It says the opening intro was 8 seconds for the DJ that was playing it. White label promo. Time of the seasons on both sides. We got a
Astor Joseph.
excellent condition. Just you're gonna have to hold on. Of Tell Her No by the Zombies. I think that's from 1964. Real nice picture sleeve with Rod Argent and Colin Bloomstone. And then I got another promo of She's Not There. Promotional copy, and it's in real nice shape too. And then I got a UK pressing of The World of the Zombies. It's got She's Not There and Tell Her No on there, and it's got Summertime. I always like their version of Summertime. And there's another song I like a lot of theirs. It's even got You Really Got a Hold on Me. It's a UK pressing. You can tell it's a early one because it has the hole. So you know if you have a red sleeve, you have a mono pressing, or if you have a blue sleeve like this, you got a stereo pressing. This is a stereo pressing. Excellent condition. Looks like it's never been played. That's my Zombies moment. Anybody else out there ever was into the Zombies?
Astor Joe wants to know, do you have anything new from the New Wings compilation? Any promo items?
No. I'm not, they don't send me promo things like Mazzy. I got my anthology box set coming in on this weekend. It's released on Friday, and I bought the 12 LP box set with the 4 It's a limited edition that had the 4 photo prints.
Due to Gabby music fans sitting in Montreal.
They said, alright. Gabby said, sitting in Montreal after 2 long nights of Paul's shows, we're sitting in the 3rd and 4th rows.
That's
both
pretty
nights.
cool.
Sound check night 1, unforgettable.
I bet. I bet. All right, we got an AC/DC 1980. This is factory sealed 1983 with a cutout punch from AC/DC. Did you know that AC/DC has the 2nd best-selling album of all time behind Thriller, Back in Black?
Back in Black. Yep.
Rolling Stones and Led Zeppelin that I got at the auction.
Uncle Paul's here, lady. Says Playoffs has the same anthology on the water. Hi, Frank. I'm late to the stream.
How you doing, Uncle Paul?
Yeah, we didn't show you the cards.
Uncle, show me the T-shirt Express too.
You want
Uncle
Mikey's also?
Paul's card. Polly from T-shirt Express's card, Staten Island. And Mikey Arugula's card. All right, got a bunch of Rolling Stones monos that I won a lot of this in the auction today. They're all in excellent condition. The December's Children that has the hype sticker for Get Off My Cloud. So when Satisfaction went to #1, they told the Rolling Stones, you got to come up with another song to capitalize on I Can't Get No Satisfaction. And they did Get Off My Cloud, and it went to #1 also. The mono pressings are all in that maroon label like that. Mono is the way you want to hear the Rolling Stones from the 1960s. They did not record in true stereo until about 1966. Rolling Stones, big hits, mono pressing, has a booklet inside it, and another maroon, excellent condition record. Between the Buttons, a mono pressing, that would have been 1966. The maroon label. And a Flowers, 1968. Notice how Brian Jones has got no leaves on his stem, and all the other members of the Rolling Stones do. The song I love on here is Out of Time. Ruby Tuesday and Out of Time. The man that did that cover of Out of Time, I'm not coming up with his name right now, I think it's Chris Farlow. He did a version about a month ago. He's like 82 years old. Looks like an old man, but he gave it all of his soul to sing Out of Time one more time.
All right. Dave Evans said, The Zombies Odyssey and Oracle is a great album.
Yep.
T-shirt Express said thank you. Uncle Paul's Beatle Pop Playoff said thank you. Dave Evans said, Frank, you are correct on the Stones and mono.
Yep. All right, that's got these Led Zeppelin original UK pressings today I picked them up today. This was heavy bidding the other day when I was sitting here for 3 hours bidding on these Led Zeppelin albums. Never had Led Zeppelin 3, a UK pressing on the plum label before. And it does have the, I got all the information on it. There it is. So UK 1970 pressing, very good plus condition, A5, B5, and in the dead wax it says, do thou what wilt on one side, and so mote it be on the other side. You know, those were all Jimmy Page's sayings back then. Jimmy Page, there he is right there on the spinning cover. Got some other Led Zeppelin UKs.
The guy that bought the BBC Red Rose Speedway album says he enjoying it that he bought from you.
He bought the BBC Library, Red Rose Speedway. Yeah, I regretted selling that to you. I went ahead and bought another one I got coming my way because I never heard Red Rose Speedway in that audiophile sound before. It's a good album in that pressing, that's for sure. What do you think about that? I love that Red Rose Speedway when I played that. All right, this is one I was heavy bidding on, but I won it. Led Zeppelin 4 UK. I think it's a second pressing because the feather's not inverted here, and it's got a where's my dead wax information? A3 B4 on the first side, Pecco Duck, and on the B side, Porky. I cranked up Black Dog today. Sounds pretty amazing.
Dave Evans said, "Hey Frank, you sold me a Plum 3 on Led Zeppelin."
All right, I forgot about that. I got another one now. And Led Zeppelin Physical Graffiti. Never had a UK before. Got one now. UK, excellent condition of Physical Graffiti, 1975. And it's got the dead wax, the A1, B2, C3, D4. Excellent condition. Those are my original notes when I went to evaluate this collection. Made in the UK. Gotta listen to that one. Get into the Physical Graffiti. They say it's one of the greatest double albums of all time. And I got a couple other UK pressings. Got a In Through the Outdoor UK pressing, 1976. It's got A5, B1 matrices, and it has strawberry. And PB Thal says these strawberry pressings are hot stampers. Led Zeppelin In Through the Outdoor UK pressing. Excellent condition. Got two more from this auction today. Got a Presence. Got a different type of glossy cover where the USA, it's got like a matte cover. It's got A4, B2 matrices and strawberry in the dead wax. And the last one, Coda, 1980, got a UK pressing of Coda. Never had that before. It's got a A2, B1 matrices. Coda from 1980.
Mr. Beatles Pro said 1979. And then Dave Evans said, Frank, the Physical Graffiti UK is awesome, but I still prefer the Monarch pressing.
Oh, from the Monarch? Yeah, the Monarch did a good job of pressing Led Zeppelin albums.
And then Danny said, dang, Frank, you cleaned up with that Led Zepp haul.
Yep, pretty good.
Everybody give us a like out there, please.
All right, some other things I got today.
Yeah, please leave a like.
Rolling Stones, we got the 2 LP that came out in, I don't know what the year was when they had the reissue, and they got the outtakes on one of them. And it's got the song, it's all about Scarlet, that Jimmy Page is on, Scarlet. The rarities, Goathead Soup rarities and alternative mixes. Got that today. I got an Oasis. As I love Don't Look Back in Anger. I got Oasis, What's the Story, Morning Glory, that's got Wonderwall, and Don't Look Back in Anger, a 2 LP set. So that looks like it's got to be audiophile because they only have about 3 songs on each side. Hello, Roll With It, Wonderwall, and Don't Look Back in Anger, Hey Now, and Boneheads, Bank Holiday. That's one of the records, and there's 2 records. That's a 2014 reissue of What's the Story, Morning Glory. So I'll have to put that to the test on my 70s equipment.
Appreciate the 9 likes that quick, y'all. Very much, thank you. That was the quickest 9 likes I've seen ever.
Beach Boys, I got the one I was going after, the Pet Sounds on the 1972 pressing of Carl and the Passion. Carl Wilson remixed the Pet Sounds from the original Mono Masters. Did a great job there in 1972. Chad Kasem put out some reissues of it later on also. The Pet Sounds, it says stereo, but it has a mono mix on the record. And this was thrown in the lot with it, a reissue of Smile. Smile was never put out, but it's got a 2 LP set of Smile that came out later on.
Wolfie Baby's record is here. They said hi, Frank.
How you doing, Wolfie Baby? Steely Dan. Got the Steely Dan's greatest hits. Supposed to be an audiophile pressing of Steely Dan, where they Robert Ludwig cut from the individual single tracks on the master tapes and made a new. This is supposed to be better sounding than the individual Steely Dan album. Steely Dan's greatest hits.
Johnny Ramone said, how much for Carl Wilson remastered Pet Sounds?
Pet Sounds, Carl Wilson would be... Pretty sure it's in near mint condition. That would be $80 shipped.
And then Daniel Castillo's here. He said price on the Smile album.
The Smile album that I just showed would be $50.
Pink
So
Floyd.
we got the Pet Sounds out of the way. We did Steely Dan. Pink Floyd. This is a Doug Sachs cut of Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon. That must have been in the Shine On box set. Just got that today. That's $100 shipped. It's got the poster and the stickers in there. Doug Sachs was one of the best cutting engineers of all time. He's no longer with us, and Chad Kasem owns all his mastering equipment in Salina, Kansas.
Astor Jar said the double album version of Red Rose Speedway is awesome.
Yep, but you haven't heard the UK first pressing of Red Rose Speedway. That's where it's all at. Something about those UK pressings, I just don't know. That's my quest now. I got this 2023 box set in the auction day of the Beatles Red and Blue album. No, I won't open it up and listen to it. I've listened to CDs before. Probably put that on my STICKERMANIA 2853 eBay store. Got a few other things to show here. Got a Velvet Underground box set from 2012. The Verve MGM album series. It's on Sundays. And it's got 5 albums in there. Of course, it even has the famous banana cover in here. It's all in perfect shape. It's got a poster in here.
Where's
Nico. It's got a banana that you can peel. It's got the torso on the back. I know Mazzy was showing that earlier today. And it's got the other white heat, white light, white heat. The Velvet Underground with
I know who he's talking about, Mikey. We know.
why I'm not coming up with his name now. Who's there on the cover? The one that didn't like the Beatles. What's his name? Come on, guys. What's his name? He hated the Beatles. Walk on the Wild Side. Lou Reed. It came to me. It took me a while.
Danny Goldstein said that.
The Velvet Underground, 1969. All these are in that box set. I have no idea what the value of that box set is.
I think Mikey's feelings are getting hurt that you're not talking about a chaperone. He's sitting there, he's wondering why there's no chaperone news and stuff. So he must have gotten to a point where he really likes her.
No, I was gonna skip it tonight there, Mikey. I'll bring it back on Saturday. Your homework, Mikey, is to listen to Pink Pony Club at least 3 times before Saturday.
Where are we at?
Daniel
Castillo said Lou Reed hated all British artists.
He hated Beatles. Got a couple more things in the auction today. Got this Nirvana Bleach. This is a 2009 Sub Pop 2 LP set. My grandson was trying to figure out the Nirvana songs that he knew today. And it is in perfect condition. 2 LP set.
Teen Spirit.
And we got, last but not least, 2 Pixies. I've never seen the Pixies in concert, but I went down the rabbit hole of the Pixies. Love their music, especially this album here. These are 2 sealed original master recordings of the Pixies, Dr. Doolittle. Isn't that the name of this one? Doolittle, not Doctor, Doolittle. It's got the songs I love on there. Monkey Gone to Heaven. They don't have the tracks on the back. Gouge Away. I always love that song. And There Goes My Gun. I thought there was another big song on there. I always liked Monkey Gone to Heaven, especially when they did that on Saturday Night Live. These are expensive. These are $200 a piece. And the last one here is Bossa Nova 2010 original master recording of Bossa Nova that's factory sealed.
Dave Evans said he'll send you the money for the Pink Floyd. He wants to know your offer on the Led Zeppelin Presents.
Led Zeppelin UK Presents.
And then do Astrogen, the Gabby.
So he's sending them, what did I say on the Pink Floyd? Did I have a price? I don't remember.
Yeah, I thought you said.
So I say $80 or something?
No, I didn't think.
I never set a price on the Pink Floyd. And yeah, maybe I did. Maybe it was $80. Yeah, this Dave Evans of the Presents would also be strawberry pressing would be $80.
Alright, Astro Jury said, love the Goats Head Suit remix and box set. One of the best by the Stones. That was remixed by Giles Martin.
Giles Martin. We better get his name right. He's going to be sending me a message.
Giles.
You learned how to say my name there, Frank.
And then Galby Music Fan said, is it time for me to mention I saw Chaperone at the second night of the Forest Hills pop-up show this
All right.
year?
Did you love her? Did you think she's one of the best performers you've ever seen in your life? What'd she say about that? We saw her in Franklin, Tennessee. I was standing up for the whole show, me and Sticker Granddaughter.
He was dancing, having a good time.
Yeah.
Johnny Ramon said, Frank, how much for the red blue vinyl?
That's a black vinyl box set. That's not the colored vinyl box set. That is, that would only be $125 ship. Got all these Capitol, I know Greg Theo's into this today, all these Capitol inner sleeves. Somebody put up a whole lot. That's a real early one with the Kingston Trio and the 4 Freshmen and Judy Garland before the Beatles. Then you got with Frank Sinatra and Beach Boys aren't on there yet. Then you got another later one with soundtrack albums. We'll get to the Beatles here in a second. That's a Frank Sinatra inner sleeves. That's probably 1960, 61. And we're getting close to the Beatles. We got one with Oklahoma soundtracks, Frank Sinatra. This is where building up. This is right before the Beatles. Nancy Wilson, Sinatra, Ray Anthony, Music Man. It had the song Till There Was You. That's where Paul McCartney heard that. And here we go. Meet the Beatles. Got the dark blue and the light blue. Got East Coast and West Coast. Got the one that's got the second album, Something New, the Beach Boys on there. The one that's got Beatles 65 up here on the top. And we're getting closer to the Butcher. This is after the Butcher. There are a whole bunch of goldenrod inner sleeves, East Coast and West Coast. How you tell the difference? This is a West Coast with a thumb tab, and this is the East Coast with the big on the top. See the difference in colors. And then you have an East Coast and West Coast of the late Revolver. Thumb tab, look how light that one is compared to that one there. East Coast and West Coast.
Mr. Beatles Pro and Little Beatles Corner said puke to the chaperone talk, which is fine. Do the Gabby.
And then Gabby said yes, it was very different than the first time I saw her at Lollapalooza 2024. A huge stage design.
She in Chicago she drew 110,000 people to that park.
And then Gabby, music fan, said yes, I know too well that the chat is not too found chapel talk.
Yeah. Any other questions? 5 more minutes. I think I showed everything from the...
Astro also said chaperone is cool.
I got these in the auction today. And we can't go without showing Beatles for sale. Mikey would get his feelings hurt if we don't show Beatles for sale.
Oh, that's why someone said, it was Danny Goldstein earlier, said Lou Reed's favorite Beatles song is Mr. Moonlight.
All right. This is not Mikey's favorite song. This is a -1 tube cut, the way you want to hear Beatles for sale. I'm just hoping that those 1981 pressings I got coming from Mazzy, I hope they're the early pressings with the tube cuts. That'll be pretty amazing to have all the mono tube cuts of the Beatles albums.
So next time I see Mike, he has to play a Mr. Moonlight song, or has to sing it. Has to learn how to sing it.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to sing it. 2 German pressings I got from the EDS auctions in Bloomington, Indiana today. The Beatles, A Hard Day's Night on the blue EMI Odeon label. And I got the Help, which is a stereo audiophile pressing from the Germany. About 1975 on the Apple label. It's got A2 and B2 matrices. And it does not have the misspelling of "you've got to hide your love away." This one's corrected. All right.
Thomas Kirk said, I don't think I ever heard a chaperone song.
Pink Pony Club, that is a banger.
Kinsey do the Pink Pony Club for
Yeah, well, I have a young granddaughter. She's, how old is she?
She's 8.
8, and she knows every word of Pink Pony Club.
Astro said, Frank, any word from the Mexican collectors lately?
Nope, they're in hiding.
And then I'm the Paul should not be allowed to die guy. He's here. He said, do you have information about the Rhea Long Tall Sally Stereo ladder pressing in Canada?
Do not. Do not.
And then Greg Field, 1955, said, just check -2, the Beatles, it rocks.
Which one?
The
Beatles for sale?
No, the Beatles.
The Beatles.
Oh, the Beatles. Yeah. The Beatles. Where did I put it?
Yes, the Beatles Pro said, Thomas Kirk, you're not missing anything.
I'm keeping this one for my private collection. It's been a long time since I've had the later pressings of Please Please Me from Germany, but this is the toughest one to find. Horzu, the original way it was cut.
The Paul should not be allowed to die guys said, both sides are different.
Of what?
What are you talking about? That long time?
Yeah,
long
the Rhea.
Oh, gotcha. All right, Mikey Arugula, I think we worked out a deal. Mikey Arugula may not be in the chat anymore, but we worked out a deal where I'm going to be sending Mikey this Vox Teen Beat from 19 64, Young Rolling Stones and the Beatles, and Jerry and the Pacemakers, and Dave Clark 5 on the front, and the Beatles on the back. So that's going Mikey's way. We didn't work out a deal on this. Mikey is passing on this. This is still on my STICKERMANIA 2853 eBay store.
Mikey said he's here.
Mikey is still in the house. Mikey hadn't gone to sleep yet.
From the beginning to the end.
Mikey, you need Mikey is talking about coming down for Abbey Road on the River, May 24th, 25th, 26th. That'll make Brad Parnell happy. We'll have a big Beatle get together here in Louisville.
That's what Tom just asked. So you guys doing Abbey Road on the River next May, and that's what we're just talking about.
And Mikey's got the best place, Mikey, is to get those hotel rooms that are down there right by the 4-station park where the Abbey Road on the River. That's where a lot of the musicians that perform there. You can just walk right straight from the hotel to the Abbey Road on the River. Me and Mikey are gonna do a live stream from this room, so that'll be cool. Mikey, we'll have to get a hold of those 4 ladies that are from Louisville for a meetup that we're at the New Jersey at the Everything Fab 4 Fest celebrates Rubber Soul.
Tom said 2 of the hotels are sold out already. I
Wow.
wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I guess the Mickey Dolans is bringing in the crowd. Mickey Dolans, the Cal Sills, and Peter Noon from Herman Hermits are all going to be there. All right, I think that is it from Louisville, Kentucky. Thanks for everybody in the chat. We will be back on Saturday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks a lot, grandson. And Sticker Brat will be here Saturday. See you later. I'll make it